My name is Elaine Bunker, Associate Director of Composition in the UNLV English Department and lead author for the English Action Plan. The English group has worked collaboratively during the past year through a combination of in-person meetings, virtual meetings, and collaborative online drafts. We reviewed placement policies in light of both NSHE policy and national best practices. The standardized test scores mandated by NSHE policy provide a useful initial assessment, so we identified other ways to assess student preparation, such as guided self-placement and student portfolios, in order to provide more equitable placement for all students. We identified unified pathways so that the English 101 curriculum is now the default first semester course at all 7 institutions, with 3 different models for delivery, depending on the institution and student need. First, as a standalone 3-credit course. Second, as a 3-credit course with added support through 2 credits of labs. And third, as a 5-credit course, English 100, that has 2 credits of embedded support. In all 3 cases, common student learning outcomes ensure that the 3 pathways truly are parallel. The core learning outcomes for the Gateway course focus on 4 key areas: rhetorical knowledge, critical thinking, reading and composing, processes, and conventions. Corequisite support, whether offered as a corequisite lab or embedded in English 100, focuses on critical reading strategies and editing skills. These skills are already taught within the Gateway course. The corequisite support simply provides explicit instruction and additional coaching to assist students in meeting the core requirements of the Gateway course. We also approved a course set of shared values in order to provide reliable assessment of student achievement. These include authentic assessment based on student writing, clear links between assessment instruments and the stated course outcomes, feedback loops that use assessment results to make meaningful changes when indicated, and regular collaborative sharing of assessment results. I'd be happy to answer any questions.
Good morning. Ann Flesher, Dean of the Math and Physical Sciences Division at TMCC, previously the Vice Chair of the Math Department and Faculty Senate Chair. I have been a part of the NSHE Corequisite Task Force since it formed. Part 1 of this action plan provides an overview of the key outcomes. Last September, the task force agreed to a central goal of discipline-specific implementation. With respect to placement, we have reached some common ground. Each institution already honors the Board of Regents handbook, which states that a student with any of the measures listed in the handbook must be placed into a college-level math class, that being at least Math 120 without support. We are still in the process of moving towards greater consistency in placement for all our Gateway math classes. For the pathways, the primary focus was on a liberal arts pathway with Math 120 and a STEM pathway with Math 126. Institutions are open to exploring other pathways, but given the time frame, it was best to work on these 2 first. All institutions have agreed that Math 120 with support is an open enrollment class, an open pathway for a liberal arts degree. Math 126 with support varies at this time. The task force agreed we would continue these discussions regarding the inconsistency and report back in December, now that our faculty have returned from summer break. We found many common themes with respect to our student learning outcomes. Each institution will already follow the assessment cycle within their college. In addition, we agreed to meet annually to discuss available assessment results as a means for continuous improvement across the system. Thank you.
For the record, I'm Laurel Pritchard, Vice Provost for Undergraduate Education at UNLV. I serve as UNLV's Administrative Representative to the NSHE Corequisite Implementation Task Force. Over the past year, the Administrator Group has focused on a variety of issues related to corequisite implementation, including curriculum development, professional development for faculty and staff, faculty credentialing, and some technical aspects of course scheduling. One important issue that needed to be addressed was that some faculty who have been teaching traditional remedial math courses at the 2-year institutions don't have the appropriate graduate level credential to teach college level corequisite courses. To address this issue, UNLV's Department of Mathematical Sciences will offer an 18-credit online certificate in post-secondary math education. The certificate consists of graduate math and math education courses, and we anticipate that it will be approved by our Graduate Curriculum Committee this fall. We offered 2 of the courses that will be part of the certificate online this summer, and already 4 instructors from Great Basin College have enrolled. Development of the certificate is supported by Strong Start to Finish, and student registration fees are sponsored in part by grant money from the ECMC Foundation and the NV Energy Funds. In addition to the math certificate, faculty and staff have had several opportunities to learn from national experts on Corequisite implementation. Most notably, we had the opportunity to travel to Citrus College to see Corequisite instruction in action and to learn from their faculty. We plan to offer ongoing professional development for faculty and staff, including for academic advisors, which you'll hear more about later in the presentation. Thank you for your attention, and I'll be happy to answer any questions you might have.
Hi, my name is Natalie Brown, and I'm the Executive Director of Advising and Access Services here at Truckee Meadows Community College, and the advising lead from TMCC on the NSHE CoRec Taskforce. The advising leads from all of NSHE institutions have been collaborating with the math and English leads to develop a communication plan and system to ensure students receive the advising assistance and information they need to make a well-informed decision when it comes to math and English registration. Our NSHE advisors are all in and planning on creating a handbook to assist advisors across the state with the Corequisite implementation, along with placement and pathway information. This guidebook will be fully customizable by each institution. The advising group is also planning a summit to ensure all advisors are aware and know the appropriate placement and pathways for this new model. Given the uncertainties of the current time, the summit may be postponed to spring or planned as a virtual event this fall. We are leveraging grant funding, in particular Strong Start to Finish, to bring in content experts and speakers. And during the advising summit, all advisors will be provided with information on research supporting the Corequisite model, sample language designed for student-facing messaging, information on how the curriculum is designed, an overview of the various pathways, placement, and cut scores, examples of specific student situations to help advisors navigate unique situations, and examples of co-curricular support structures beyond credit courses. It is through our frontline advising staff that the strong messaging of this new Corequisite placement and pathway model will reach our students.
Hello, my name is Jennifer Sprout. I am the Communications Director with Great Basin College. Myself, along with Morgan Kaiser-Schott, will be leading the efforts in marketing and communication for the NSHE Corequisite. Our biggest task is creating the communications toolkit for NSHE system-wide use. The purpose of the communication toolkit is to provide NSHE institutions with communication collateral that portrays a consistent message with NSHE unified brand. We have created a logo and a color scheme for the marketing collateral. With this, in this toolkit, you'll be able to find posters, social media images and content, and of course, PowerPoints for presentations. We're creating the communication toolkit for really 3 audiences: students, high schools and counselors, and of course, college campus communities as well. We will have this ready for NSHE institutions to utilize by this fall. Great Basin College has been given money from the Strong Start to Finish grant to support the development of the Corequisite communication toolkit. Thank you.